All right. So we're going to be doing a live stream here. Going to be talking about the big picture in the SPY. What I've been saying since 2018. What has occurred exactly, what I said back in 2018 in December as the market was dropping. We're going to go over a lot of key things in this live stream. You know, very powerful information here. So we're going to wait for people to come in. Is 9 p.m. But 9 p.m. Well, people are being used to a little later. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, Gregory. Hello, David. I'm going to wait for some people to come in. And then we're going to be talking about the market. You know, what I've been saying since, 2018. Well, what I've said since 2016. It goes on and on and on, you know. So we're letting people come in. And again, people, if you know, you're coming in, right, because you've not watched the live stream, I'm going to be talking about the market, the big picture. Great example also of big picture thinking. What's different about what I do? Stuff like DIS, okay, and so on and so forth. So we're just going to wait for people to come in, and a lot of great information, people. People are coming in, and we're going to start. You know, I'm going to go over the. I want to go over what I said in 2018, and we'll be discussing we should hold Apple plan. Yeah, well, that I'm not going to discuss about what we're going to do about Apple right now because there's plenty of time right for that, and I'll be mentioning those updates inside of. Hello, Ed. I'll be mentioning those updates inside of Power Group trades. It's not a problem, David. There's going to be a high probability. We'll see. We'll see. Hello, Tejas. Hello. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, it's not reporting everything. All right, people. So let's go. Let's talk about DIS. We're going to be talking about the SPY, people. We're going to be talking about a lot of stuff, right? And how accurately I've called everything. This is what a lot of people they cannot do. If we were to go to any point, like I have so many documented videos that prove everything that I say. So everything that I say in this live stream is 100% correct and 100% accurate. And it may sound too good to be true, but it's that powerful what I do. All right, now, so let's talk about DIS. So, you know, I made videos about DIS, and I talked about how this was a 5-year breakout, and I've talked about it in my last live stream. You know, as we had broke out this day, I had told members that, you know, we had potentials for this to go to 135 to 140. So we did take profits on 50% on this day over here, but I encouraged people that we were going to hold our runners. Of course, I got stopped out on this day here, but the point of the matter is what I said about the targets. First of all, the two targets that I talked about were 128 to 132. And in fact, that was accomplished basically this day here as we had hit 132.70, right? Of course, my runners were even up more, but I didn't take any profits there. I took profits and runners here, and then of course on this day over here. So that's how I got greater than 150% gains. And again, that's explained in my video. But what I do is what's called big picture analysis, big picture thinking. This is what most cannot do. I call them baby scalpers, or also old world thinkers, right? You know, you got an analyst professional, analyst leader right over here. You don't need to ask analysts what's going on with the market. You just have to follow Power Trick or Trade, and you're going to know better than just about anybody else out there, because I've called things the most accurately ever. So let's talk about the SPY in this case here. I'm going to go over what I said about the SPY, what's actually happening. So, because last time we talked about, I also used the monthly charts, right? So we're going to go to the monthly charts, people. I'm going to kind of reiterate what I said here. We're going to go to the monthly charts for the SPY. So I'm going to depict everything that I said again. Let's take a look at everything's here. So we're going to depict everything that I said. So the lines are drawn up over here so far. So I talked about that the SPY was from 2000 and we'll say 2000 from 96 to if we take it from 97 to 2013, that in 2013 we had what was called a channel wedge breakout. Okay, and I explained this. So I'm going to explain this again as an update. And again, everything that I'm explaining in this video, just a lot quicker in this live stream, is exactly what has happened. So I'm going to recap it again. You will never see anyone be able to have this kind of vision as yours truly, Power Trick or Trade. So let's take a look at this here. So we're going to talk about all the patterns here. Okay, so what you have here, because in this charts that I have, I can show a lot more data, right? So if I almost weight all the data very well, even with this thing over here. So what we have is a wedge channel breakout. Then we had a channel breakout, and we broke out again. Now, some people at this time were calling it a wedge. Do you know, people, that there were people thinking the market was going to crash in 2014? There's video. Listen, if you go back in history, what some people say, they're like looking like clowns right now, right? But you go back in history, what I say, and I'm looking like a genius, a super pro. I killing it, destroying people out there, okay? Anyone out there has not accurately as called things as accurately as me, okay? Doesn't matter who it is. I've called things the most accurate. So let me go over what I said. So then I said this is a channel. So we have a channel, wedge breakout, channel breakout. But I explained there was a fundamental. Then I talked about a bull flag. I'm going to draw that up, right? So bull flag. Now at the time, this is what happened, people. So what happened was the market was doing what I said. And what happened was this in 2018. We went to as high as SPY 293, so 700 points below the first initial targets. Then we had, there was a lot of, Trump, and we had the negative scare and the market dropped. Then I explained that the market drop was incorrect based on what I was seeing by my market metrics. Of course, in December, as the market was dropping, I talked about a market reversal, and the SPY was heading back to 3,000. Well, lo and behold, here we are, April 24th, and SPY is at back at 292, and of course looking more bullish than ever before, and a lot more bullish than when we were before these crazy times we had over here. Okay, so again, what I said was bang on correct, because I talked about how the economy has changed, and we're seeing that companies are doing very well, right? Hence, Microsoft has had earnings. A lot of companies having earnings doing well. Twitter doing well, right? So if we put up Twitter, we'll put Twitter up, TWTR. So everything that I depicted, okay, you see Twitter had a great move, right? We got to go to the daily charts, though, to really look at Twitter. And that's what they had. They had earnings, and Twitter pops, right? Again, it's probably going to be patterning and looking for higher prices, I see. But you see, what we're seeing is what I explained back in 2018 when there was massive fear in April, right? So, like I said, there's no one out there, and I mean no one out there, calling things as accurately as me. That's why I call myself big picture leader. I do this all the time. Everyone else is what I call baby traders, baby scalpers. They don't have a clue. They can't call a this plan like I did. My plans have targets, and we do this all the time, people. All the time I do this. So we'll go to HD. Gain. Great huge gains in HD. over and over and over again. I put Apple, 7 winning plans. Well, right now we're in the 7th plan, but 7th winning plans in Apple. Again, if we look at what happened in January when I called the market a false drop, the market not look where Apple was, $142. Stock clown laughing, saying that the again blow him out of the water once again. Massively wrong once again. Again, Carl Icahn didn't think that Apple would get to 200. Again, we hit 200 again. Not only did we hit 200, but we hit 233, and again we hit 200. Now we're at 207. So again, smash billionaires, smash most analysts out there. Tony Robinson smashed him to pieces. You name any person out there that has tried to call the market, they've been smashed to pieces by yours truly, Power Trick or Trade. That's who you have. So anyone smart enough getting in my group realizes they have power behind them. Someone who knows how to really manage fear. Remember I talked about fear. Fear is your greatest. Fear is what will cause you to fail in the market. Because what happens with fear is, I'll give you an example here. I'll prove my point here. When we're going to put the SPY up here, okay? Now, I can assure you there was a lot of fear in this market when the market was dropping, when the SPY was dropping. But I, as a leader, had no fear. Because I told people, I see what I saw, that the market's going to have a reversal. And the market never looked back. You go back in my stream deep enough, you'll see the positivity I said in December and what I said I delivered. Now, I also delivered huge winning gains as the reversal started with BA. So we'll put out BA here, people, because I talked about BA, right? And you can see that BA had we caught a massive 100-point swing with 5 winning plans in BA, step by step, support by support, breakout by breakout, by yours truly, the big picture leader. Nobody, and I mean no one out there has done that with options. No one. Nor could the world record holder do that, nor could just about anyone you want to mention couldn't do that. No option trader could do that. They can't. They're baby scalpers. They don't have vision. Okay? If you don't have vision, you can't make great winning plans like I do. It's very simple. Now, the people smart enough to see that, get into my group, and take action, right? Again, a lot of fear out there. A lot of people missing stuff they shouldn't miss, right? Why? Fear. Now, why do I tell you that fear is a killer? Because it happened to me once upon a time when I wasn't Power Trick or Trade, right? And I was learning my craft. I had to learn the hard way because a lot of people out there, they just don't have any skills, right? Their information did not work, right? And so I was winning and losing, winning and losing, winning and losing. And then fearful to take plans. So every advice that I give to people comes from deep experience. I know that if you don't follow what I'm saying to be successful, you cannot be successful doing the wrong things, which a lot of people do. They have fear. They don't follow instructions correctly. And so how are you supposed to succeed when, for example, let's say you get into a BA plan, you get in the 6th one, which happened to be a loser, right? And then you focus on the loser and not get into the next one, which was the Apple winners, right? And so what happens is when you're stuck in the loss, and because you over traded a position, right, when you shouldn't have, because you said, he won 5 times in a row, let me get the 6th one. And so if you do it my way and you get into each plan with a proper amount of options for your account size, then, which I'm going to start recommending what I expect people to do with their account sizes in Power Group trades. But what I'm getting at, and I've already discussed it in many live streams, but what I'm getting at, people, is that you cannot win with fear. You cannot win with fear. So I just said that. Let me see if there's any hi, hello, Eric. Yeah, fear is yeah, exactly. So I'm pretty sure everybody in the live stream now. I do this live stream, people, because I know everybody in this live stream right now. I don't know about F Brown is inside. I'm not sure. It's inside of Power Group Trades. Okay, so again, people, I do these live streams. Okay, for you people in general, really. We go over things. At the same time, I'm also while I do these live streams, I'm giving great information. I'm also talking to people that are who miss the live streams, and that because if they forget one thing about what the stockhound doesn't understand is this is after hours. This is not something where it's not like a lot of people have different time zones, and but the live stream still is if a person does make the time to come, they're able to ask a specific question, or they actually get to hear me speak lively, and show the true passion I have for what I'm trying to do here. Yes. Oh, that's good, Jim. Are you That's good. So look what Jim wrote here. This is really good, people. So Jim wrote here, as a fairly new trader, fear controlled me. But with studying and watching your live streams, I'm getting smarter and making better trades. Thank you for the guidance. That's perfect. So that's right, Jim. The thing is that I prove this all the time. All my live streams, I talked about the market. I talked about Disney um, on my last live streams. I talked about it going higher. I talked about what it was, and again, people, what exactly happened again? Did Disney not do what I said? I mean, we hit 135, right? I know I'm able to handle this because of all my experience, and that's what people cannot do. What I do, they cannot do. So I just tell people, listen to me. I'm a manager. Think of me like a manager. People come into my group, I say, I'm gonna manage you to success, right? I'm gonna manage you here. I'm gonna manage you where to put money in. Because I know what I'm talking about, right? I keep doing this, I keep proving this over and over again, right? People who try to go against my words only get smashed to pieces. They miss out on game. It's just a reality, people. I just know it. You can't beat a champion. You cannot outwit someone who understands the market better than most people out there. The amount of time I put on this, like I'm at this all the time, year after year after year. Have I been at this day after day after day when I wasn't even doing power trick or trade? Power trick or trade would come home from work. I told my story of me. Since 18 years of age, I understood that going to work was a losing proposition. That I needed to do something, I needed to get away from the workforce, right? So, what did I do? Well, as I was working, I was studying the market, I was trading the market. And back then, you had to make phone calls to a broker. Hello, I'd like to place a trade. And so, like, it was 20 times harder to do things than it is today with the smartphones and whatever. So, like when people tell me about make excuses, you're talking to the wrong person. You're talking to a person that knows there is no excuse. The excuse is you. You need to want to succeed. You still got to put the effort. Like even if you have the best person telling you what to do, if you are listening to the wrong mindset, which is most people's mindset is fear. They think they know. They start to assume. Don't assume anything. The less you assume and the more you just follow the rules, the more you make money. Take the new member, Ash, brand new, does what I says, and already has outclassed most members in my group. Just smashed them to pieces. Why? But why? Because she just did what I said. She just studied the videos. She told me what she did. And I mean, it was the least amount of effort I have ever had to put in to a person. So I know every word that comes out of my mouth, what I'm telling you is a fact. If I say to you, you're a lazy bum, you're a lazy bum, or you have theory, if you made a mistake, I'm telling you for your own good because I know what success is. People who do the right things prove it. I had another guy, Brian, that's what he did. He didn't follow all my advice, right? He got a little lucky by going too big in a position. However, regardless of it, the guy came in charging, you know, $2,400 gifts within a month. However, I mean, this guy had a different situation, right? So if I compare who is the superior new person that came into the power group trades, would be Ash, percentage wise, by far none, by far none. Because even in the beginning, Brian needed some I had to give him. I gave him. It worked out very well, but I had to give him a lot of. He it was just the nature of it, the business that he works in and all that stuff. It wasn't a good start with Brian, but then it fruitioned into something good. Until who knows what happened to that guy. Regardless, because people are sometimes all over the place mentally. Like I said, people, listen to me. I deal with a lot of people. So if I tell you, you have mental problems, you can have serious mental problems. I can help you if you follow my advice and you listen to what I'm telling you, right? Mental problems, a lot of people have. We have a society of mental problems. They don't have mental strength, okay? Now, and anybody will understand what I'm mental strength, me, because I deal with baloney people. I make plans, winning plans, and I have to psychologically coach people too. So I have mental strength. That's why I am a leader. Okay? So anybody that I help sending gifts, those gifts are 1,000 times earned. Okay, anyone coming in my group, what I'm doing, right? No service is doing what I'm doing because the service still will make a person fail. Simply because the service is just throwing out the ideas, right? They don't really go into their own plans, right? They don't really manage the plans. They don't have any vision. They don't have any plan structure. Why? They're scalping, right? They pump up too many plans. So I know already there's no one out there that's going to help like me. The problem is a lot of people have a lot of problems, a lot of fear, right? They want the quick buck. They want the sunshine every day. It does not. They think that if I just join that group, it's going to be sunny every day. No. And I've told people it's not. I says you have to know how to handle the rain for the sun. Of course, that's what I did, right? Do you think about this, people? Was it not raining? And listen to me. I know it was raining, and you know, no one has to tell me what was happening here. But as it was raining, I knew the sun was going to come. Based on what I was looking at, how stocks weren't going down as badly as the SPY was going down, right? I looked at BA was going to be a leader for confirmation to get us out of the problem. So I solved the problem. Within fear, I solved the problem to massive gains. All documented step by step in all kinds of videos. That's documented in my like you can see the BA videos, right? Painstakingly, I step by step show everything. Take the time, make these. Nobody's doing this. Absolutely no one is going as in depth as I am. Then on top of that, I make live streams and I talk to the people and I give them updates. So tell me who is matching me in these regards? Nobody. And on top of that, I have the most highest win rate within the smallest amount of plans. I pump out, and I don't pump out more plans in my group unless we're making money. I control everything. I control it. If we're in eight plans, it's because we're making money with the other ones, and we're taking profits, and then we're moving into other ones, and so on. It's like a rotation. I manage. I've been showing people. I've been doing that, but now I've been doing this like I'm looking and thinking all the time for the benefit of the group. At the same time, every single plan that I post, I'm inside myself. So I know how well things are going, right? So no one can say anything to me. You know, those listen, I'm making the dollar bills. And the people who listen to me make the dollar bills. And if you don't listen to me, well, you don't make the dollar bills, right? If you happen to skip some trades and then get into the losers and not the winners, well, you went for me, right? People do this, people. Listen, out of fear, listen carefully, people. They do that. So that's why you need to really strategize. That's why I tell people to study, 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 study. Get confident. Do not let fear, if you're going to have fear, you might as well just not bother trading in the market, because the market doesn't, its job is to instill fear. It's fear everywhere in the market. That's why the market fluctuates. Fear. And then it gets the news it needs to hear and pops, right? That's what's going on all the time. When we're trending well, there's no fear. Right? When we're chopping, there's fear. When we're pop, there's no fear. You understand, people? It's a constant change, the market. And again, trading in 2018 was, in 2000, now this year, 2019, versus 2018 are not the same. The market trended differently, acted differently. I then had to adapt differently. Right? We've been more choppy, poppy, but I still delivered massive wins. We killed it. Ruco, BA, Amazon's. We've had losses, yes, but the gains destroy. Look at Disney's plan. Disney represents. Listen, can you imagine this? Let's say you're just a person with a small account. You bought 2 Disney options, and let's say you got them exactly at the 265. Not cheap. You could have got them cheaper. $265 options today hit $2,000. That's a big pop, big boost to your account. Someone with smaller who's only going with 2 options, right? Big boost. One plan. You know what I mean? Like, our win rates destroy anything that is a loss. So let me give you an example. Let's say we went into this and it happened to be a 50% loss. That's chump change compared to this gains that we just made in this right now, right? So think about that. Let's say we bought this at 250 and we took a 50% loss and they're $125, right? So 100. How do you compare that or justify that to the gain that 265 went to 2000? In this case, I mean, went to 1500. Sorry, because I'm thinking about the 115s. The 115s went as high as 1500. So how do you compare? Sorry, 1500. Now on a stop out, they would have got, if a person was stop out, because I was in, it would have been 1,304, exactly $1,340. But if I show you here, I'm going to go to this right over here, and I'm going to show you the options, and we'll go to the May options, right? So I want you to think about this, and I'm going to put the calls up, and I gotta go up with the strike price, right? Because this is how it works. It's moved so much. Disney's moved so much that we have to go back down there. I've hit the price, go up. Okay. Okay. So here's the 120s. I don't know why it did it like this today, but now it's subdividing it more. Okay. So you can see the one. Oh, this is not the. This is the wrong. 1 second. May 17. Okay, May 17. So here are the 115s. They close at $1,540. Okay, and the 115s here closed. Well, they even hit high of $2,100 an option. Okay, so again, for me, I did greater than 150% gains, and then my average sellout off for the remaining 50% was about $1,800, and I took 50% gains at $1,500, and so my average was $480 for my Disney 115 calls. Okay, so let's say if I had took a 15% loss, 50% loss, and I would still have left $250 in the options. That 250 loss is chump change to the gains of 1,800 of 1,800. So do you see my point, people? And here's my fact. The fact statistic shows that we are 80% correct. I'm 80% correct. So we have 2 scenarios on a winner. Some of our winners are small gains, and some are like this huge gains in DIS. So Our winners always put us massively forward. It only takes, and I always tell people, it only takes just one of my plans that could make a big change in your life. Just one. Disney was just one of them right now. I know in my account it's some great things for me. And I know it's done great things for a lot of people, right? And you've seen it in my gifts. So people, study this live stream. Make sure you listen to everything that I say in this live stream. I see BA chart behind you. So what do you think? Right now, that's right. A lot of fear in Lulu, and right now, BA is out of favor due to the first of all, the company is great and is doing well. What happened was, what screwed up the technicals too is the plane crash, right? So BA had a plane, but BA is setting up still. I personally I'm avoiding BA for now. I know what to look for. I know that it's good, but I think what has to happen with BA is well, they got to resolve this problem. Don't forget that they stopped. At first they said they were going to solve the problem, and then they stopped making the 747. So, anyways, BA is becoming too complicated, right? The company is a winner, superstar, but that's another thing why you don't want to always focus on even prior successes. When something goes wrong, we move forward. So I've been refocusing my energy into other stocks like Home Depot, like Apple, and other key stocks that we're in, like Lulu. So that answers you because BA is something. But again, BA JPEZ has been a huge winner for me. Even though I have two losses in it, those losses compared to the extra gains I made and stuff like this and Home Depot, because I didn't focus on the losses. Like I said, I let them go and I kept moving forward with the money management that I preach and teach to everybody. So it didn't matter to me, to be honest with you. I mean, obviously you don't want to lose in things, but I didn't let fear of the loss control the future gain. Because if I didn't keep my head on straight, okay, again, I got a mind of steel. Okay, I have very tough-minded. That's why I'm a leader. You cannot get a lead. You cannot have a leader. You cannot be led by a soft, wimpy person, right? And again, health and wealth, like I show you again, that's unmatched. You're not going to see that combinations, right? You will not see that combinations. Again, smarts, health, wealth, strength, power to trade. I've got it all, right? So, again, most people are out there are stupid, right? I told you, people are stupid. This is why, someone like me, has to. It's like the smart are, in my opinion, I'm being straight out honest, people. It's like needles in a haystack. You know the term? How do I know that? I've been managing people. I've been doing. People are either lazy and too dumb to see what's right in front of them. And I'm not joking, people. Too dumb. If there's a piece of gold right in front of their faces, they're too blind to see it. It's just reality. Yeah, that's right. Amazon plan didn't, but it did work out. See, Amazon worked out, but it didn't work out by options, right? And again, I'm not going to be 100% correct. I am correct, Amazon. So to answer you, David, I was correct, Amazon. But again, I did not let Amazon bother me. And by the way, it would be harder to hold that day like that. But Apple was easier. So what I did was I focused my energy on Apple. Right? So I did not get the group into any more Amazon. But still, between my wins and losses, I'm still ahead in Amazon. It's just not that great. Amazon has been very choppy poppy. Yeah. But was I correct where Amazon was going? It's the same old story, right? So it doesn't matter how correct you can be, things can still go wrong. But if you have a strategy, I lost my voice. If you have a strategy, then you will succeed. I need some water, I think. Fuck. One of the reasons why anyways, I'm not gonna tell you the reasons, but yeah, I know, David. It hit my target, right? And again, David, I don't care because I look at my other winners. Like Disney really fixed that up for us, anyways. The huge success in Disney, and again, you know, it, it, it was just, instead of me focusing on Amazon, I had our focus on other plans, right? I don't rely on one plan. And that's why I say to subdivide your plans, right? It's because something can go wrong, but then the winners can take care of that, right? So I prove that again and again. That's right. That's what I proved, David, right? And now David has sent me gifts, and he's learned. He's still learning, right? You're learning, David. We're killing it right now. I mean, if all goes well between all of our plans, and they should, we will bat 100% gains from our Disney things. So nobody's coming close to what I'm doing. Not in terms of how many plans I put and percentage wise win within those structures. It's lights out for anybody out there. They just can't compare, right? So I tell it how it is, right? That's right, Ed. Yeah, Tesla was a bomb, but Tesla again is a small. I go in small with Tesla, right? Again, Tesla has its issues. Tesla is going to do well. I will get us into a plan in Tesla. I know what we need to look for. It's just again issues companies are having, but Tesla is going to be a superstar. I assure you this. Once they, but again, I do not, I did not look for Tesla to get us gains. I went to other plans to defunct the stocks that didn't do well. Again, I've had a lot of winning plans in Tesla, but lately Tesla has either I have not done as well in Tesla. Well, everybody knows the plans that don't work, but those are babies compared to what works. That's my point, David. And so that's why fear. When you lose, if you lose, for example, if you do my strategy, if you are subdividing your plans, losses are won't be a problem as long as you catch the gains, right? But let's say you decide I just lost in BA. I'm not going to go into that Apple plan. Well, then the Apple plan becomes a winner, and because you dwelled on the BA plan, the one that didn't work, you missed out on the gains that would have helped you on the BA. In fact, I've had people double down on BA, and I go, why did you double down? Where in my rules did I tell you to double down? Oh, because it was starting to make me money. No, you don't double down. You forget about it, and you go into the new plan. And people, I'm telling you, people are that dumb. Even if you were told, even though you tell them not to make those stupid mistakes, they go and do it anyways because they think to themselves, I want to catch that gain. Because they saw all the huge successes, but don't understand that things can change. Things did change. Something changed within the market structure in BA. That's right. And again, there is no guarantee that Apple plan will win 100%, right? We take it day by day. However, that is what the charts are telling me. And unless something changes, I don't use fear and say, well, there's too many variables. Anything can go wrong, guys. Listen to me. Anything can go wrong. So then if you're going to think, and so if we're thinking in a fear-based monger system, you won't get into anything. This news will scare you out. The news, there's always, listen to me, people. I don't go by the news. I go by the market. Okay, I explain this 1,000 times. What the charts tell me is more accurate 9 out of 10 times than any other information out there, in my opinion. Okay, and how I read the charts in my scans. It's very powerful, and it's deep experience that I have. So I read the market. Before this market had this pop, I was telling my people in the group as it was chopping and it looked, things weren't looking so great, that the market's very bullish. Well, how did I know this? From what I'm seeing in my scans, from what companies are, how companies are holding supports. A lot of metrics I look at, people. And during the chop, there's a lot of fear going on by the market. Is President Trump going to be impeached? Is this going to be happening? Da 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 da. This da 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 da. The market never, or the news people don't understand anything about the market anyways. They're just news people. If they knew anything about the market, they wouldn't be reporting the news. They'd be trading the market, like full time. You understand, people? All right. I am superior to any of these analysts out there. Those are baby people. They don't use. They're not go. They're using other people's money. It's different with when they're using other people's money, and they'll tell them. But they some of these analysts, they don't even go into their own. They talk about a plan. They don't go into it. So the level of knowledge isn't the same when you put your heart and soul into something, like I have. That's why I decimate people. I have so much proof of me decimating people. It's not funny. It just never ends. I just decimate. And that's what you want. You want a confident leader. Do you want a person who's scared and fearful? No. Yeah, that's a good thing, because if there's more put options, well, that doesn't actually, for the call and put, it doesn't really make a difference. In this case, to be honest with you, David, if there were more puts, it would be better. So that's not a good indicator. It means absolutely nothing. I would look at it, to be honest, if there were more puts, it would be better, if you ask me. But it really doesn't matter, because Apple already it's not even higher than it was in the beginning. Well, like we don't forget, Apple was $230, and I said that I do believe that Apple is a $250 plus stock, long term. I wouldn't be surprised that we get there as earnings are coming, right? So I'm still trying to get more of a read on Apple. But look at Microsoft, people. Microsoft had, if there's an indication, Microsoft had good earnings, right? If you ask me, the high odds that Apple going to have a good earnings as well, right? So they will have good earnings. The problem with Apple has always good earnings, but it's their expectations, and do they hit their expectations and all these things. It depends how they guide it and all that stuff. Could be people selling puts, which is a bullish bet. Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure, David. Maybe even higher than 250. That's what I see already the market saying about Apple. Okay. No, I'm not going into Google right now. I'm keeping us guys. I already have us in enough, David. I already have us in enough winning plans that we don't need more plans. What we need is more money coming in from every plan, right? And then I will get us into more plans, David. Everything I do is very controlled. I don't think I'm going to be bothering with Google, to be honest with you, right now. Even though Google might do well, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. What I can tell you, David, is a lot of things are bullish, right? So there's a lot of plans to get into. But the problem is, the more plans you get into, the what I said, I like to get us into plans as we are taking gains. Reason why we went into why did we think we went into Apple? Because of DS plans, or Lulu, because of wins. And then I got us into more and more plans, and I will get us into more and more plans. I want to keep our win rate high, our cash flow up and safe, because anything can happen. The market, in my humble opinion, favors we're going to SPY 300. We already got the signals, right? And it's just a matter of what, and if there's something negative can still derail a market. Remember, guys, there are unknown factors that are always lurking, right? But according to all the stats, there's a lot of data I look at. Market's super bullish, guys. So unless there's a bomb dropping on the U.S., okay, something like that, you understand what I mean? There has to be something very negative to cause anything to go wrong in the market right now. Listen, Twitter is doing well. Twitter jumped up on earnings. Microsoft jumped up. Look, I'm going to put up Microsoft, people. Let's put up Microsoft here. Let's put MSFT, okay? And I'm gonna put up 3-minute chart, and I'm gonna move this out of the way, and you can see that Microsoft closed at 125. It moved up $4, and $4 move for Microsoft. And again, Microsoft, if we put on the daily chart, Microsoft is in. I'm gonna zoom out. Let me see if we see that right. I zoomed out right. Microsoft is making more new highs. So everything that I depicted, that I explained in 2018, is happening. It was always happening, people. But there are market bombs that happen, like unpredictable negative factors that happen that cause false derailments in the market that I knew wasn't present. That's why I could call for such a reversal. That's why I'm so massively correct. I'm the big picture leader. And no one will be able to match this. They just can't. And I'm getting better and better and better and better and better and better. And I have no idea, you know what, we have no clue. The more advanced I become, this is gonna be like, hopefully there's enough smart people that keep growing in the group, because I'm gonna lead you guys to the dollar bills and health too. By the way, you're gonna be seeing Power Trick or Trade just keep killing it. I'm here to dominate. It's the Power Trick or Trade era, people. Bar none, Power Trick or Trade era is here. And we need the Power Trick or Trade era. I'm the bridge between the old world thinking and the new world thinking. And the new world thinking I had to develop from all the wrong and the baloney of the old world thinkers. They are clowns compared to me. Clowns. Dan Zanger, clown. Carl Icahn, clown. Tony Robinson, clown. Any other person that called the market to drop since 2013, since 2014, they are clowns. I led us to the promised land. Me, Power Trick or Trade. No one else did. All right, now enough of my gloating. It's true gloat, people, right? Is it not true? Like, anybody following me knows that I'm that correct. I'm just that correct. There's so much documentation. So much documentation. Anyways, I'm loving my life. Dollar bills with skills. All right, I'm losing my voice today. It probably did. But again, I'm not going to. I said that's another reason why the market's bullish. Yeah, it's like I'm trying to explain people. When you've got 20 picks to get into, right? And my history with my experience with MCD, it's not being the best or most reliable stock, right? So I tend to gravitate to more reliable stocks that make my list happen to me. But MCD probably made my list. I didn't even bother looking at it, to be honest with you, because what I did look was there's a lot of good stocks. I mean, even I knew Amazon was still good. I didn't just want to get into it, right? I knew Google could be good. I wanted to focus in on the particular plans. For me, Disney was superior. It's the superstar trade of. I mean, it blew. Listen, it was the trade that anybody can get into, and it blew. Look at McDonald's. It blew whatever. It blew McDonald's out of the water. So you see what I'm getting at, Eric? It's like my wins just do really well for us. It blows things out of the water, right? I'm not going to catch everything. And like I said, to be honest with you, Eric, there might be a point in time where power trigger trade, because I'll have other people working with me, we might be batting 80% average weight, managing 15 plans. But my group right now, I'm trying to teach people, get them from a low level to a high level, and we will grow the group that way. So it's a safety measurement that I'm doing, okay? I'm trying to grow something different that's never been done before in the marketplace. I hope that there's enough smart people able to see it, though. Hello, Sam. That's right. So I identified it. And David, Disney was a very easy plan to get into, right? It was very inexpensive. So for a lot of people to buy the 120 calls, no problem. 200, and many people had a chance to buy them for even $165. So there were people that missed it though. They were, again, out of fear, right? And that's why I tell people, listen, I instill the right habits in my rules to make you succeed. That's what Power Group Trades is all about. I know you will fail without my help, guaranteed. But with me guiding you with my ideas and my mindset and how to manage things, you're going to succeed. I mean, if a person wants to go into some other trades for themselves, they can do so. But having me saying that, when my stuff confirms, more likely other ideas you might get into will want to go. When my stuff doesn't confirm, we know we have a market problem. Because, like I said, it's very fine filtered what I do. Yeah, I don't think Tesla's going to go. Let me put up Tesla. Again, I haven't been focusing on Tesla until it comes back in my radar. Yeah, so there's nothing. If there's any negative news, it's not. Tesla hasn't gone lower. In my opinion, Tesla isn't going to go lower. I think what they're doing is to me it's building a pattern. If you ask me, there's a if we look at Tesla here, you have a ceiling and a floor here that you're crazy to try to think that it's going to easily break. So I have no interest in the downfall for Tesla. Because my interest is in what the market direction is higher. So I don't really care about. The only time I care about Tesla is if Tesla's going to go higher, because they're trying to make money to the downside of Tesla. Uh, it's not worth. It's not worth it. So that's why I don't talk about Tesla right now. Because I don't need to buy. Because I don't need to buy leaps for Tesla. I can wait for signals and buy Tesla with options. There's a lot of stuff to buy, David. Don't forget, I'm a long-term holder in Apple. First of all, right? So the amount of money I made in Apple long term, it's not funny. And but the funny thing is I made more money in totality with all my options trades than actually holding as a long-term shareholder in Apple, right? But I've got my money in different places, David. Okay, so um, it's I don't need to buy leaps. That's the simple question. But if someone wanted to buy leaps, they could. But I would wait for a signal before you would buy the leaps. Like I would, there's going to be a good signal, I know. Um, And then it'll be safer if you want to buy leaps in Tesla. No, I don't do anything complicated. No covered calls. Simply buy. All we do, David, is we buy calls and calls or puts. And of course, lately, all we do is buy calls. All those, I told you this before. All those option strategies are for people who don't know who don't understand market direction. So they try to they try to they go by fear. They do all that because they're fearful of the market. So they try to not lose money, and that makes you lose money, in my opinion. So that's my opinion on that. Again, Derek, like I explained to you, the charts. If you went into if you went fear made you, if that's the case, right, you missed the Disney pop, right, that's simply because you looked at fear. So I said to you, I told people that I go by what the charts say, right, and if you do not listen to me when if I think that Disney is bullish, I'm going to be right more often than I'm wrong. I also stated that very clearly in Power Group trades in the charts. And again, let's say something went wrong. Big deal. You take a loss and you move on, right? But because you were fearful, you made nothing, right? If you missed the whole pop, then you made no money, right? So think about it. Fear equals loss. And to miss Disney was a monumental breakout identified by me. Monumental. People caught a portion of it. We caught the whole thing. Or a greater than 80% of it. Anyways, I mean, Disney, my opinion, probably go to 140. It was in the charts, Eric. This is high skill. I've been telling you this. You want to look at analysts and worry about things? That's fear. And you're going to be a loser with fear. As you saw how much you lost if you didn't catch any of that Disney win. Me? You can imagine. And who caught it? I'm lining my pockets with the dollar bills, Eric. Capiche? You understand? So, like I said to people, do not let fear of guessing and assuming. Again, what Eric said, in my opinion, I have to be, listen, Eric, I got to tell it how it is, right? That's assuming and guessing and fear. Okay? That's why you won't win. Let's put it to you this way. If all investors thought that way, there would be no market. No one would put money to work. Let me explain it in another common sense manner here. If no one believed in Disney, Eric, Disney would be a $0 stock right now, right? So somebody has to, and believe me, let me show you something. I can tell you one thing about Disney. There was volume. Listen, there are key metrics that I saw. That this is why. Look, did you notice the targets I wrote? 128. Why? Because I know how to read the market. Okay, the analysts are dummies, baby. I am the leader. So when you don't listen to the leader, you will always lose. And I'm pretty sure, Eric, you know what I'm talking about. That there's a lot of things you may have not listened to me, right? And it's cost you money, right? Cost you more than you would have. You would have won way more following every rule step by step, right? So I tell it to you guys for a reason. I'm hard on anybody for a reason. I explained it over and over again that fear is the killer. It killed me too. So much times I could have made so much more money, but fear made me not only miss my gains, but keep me in losses. When I started preaching and teaching this power trick or trade, and especially when I did the group, I've proven this again. In fear, okay? Listen to me, people. Let me go back to the SPY again, right? Okay? What was this here? Let me go see my charts right now. What was this here, okay? This was fear. Stock clown parading. Woo, 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 woo. He's right. he was massively wrong, right? Because look where the market is. That guy's, oh, you know what he says? Everything's locked, 50-50, because he doesn't want to admit that he's clueless, doesn't understand anything, doesn't know how to read charts. He's just an old stock buffoon. Anyways, however, I was telling people in fear that I say the market is not bearish as it seems. The news was talking negative. I dug us out of the ground. Me. Because December was a bad month. Even for me, it was a month. But I dug us out of the ground, and my account's higher than ever before. So, how did I do this? Skill, not fear. Understanding what the market is saying. No analyst, meeting, anybody is going to know more than what the market's saying. And the only time I'm going to be wrong by something is something like a bomb has to fucking blow something. Like that, you know what happened with just like with BA. I can't control a plane crashing. And then them blaming BA for the culprit, whatever. I can't, I'm sorry. If that plane never crashed, let me put it to this way, Eric, or anybody out there. If BA never crashed, BA would be $500 stock. You understand? But if we let fear control our loss points, or getting into thinking that something's going to go wrong, you don't have a real market. And the biggest winners are not the people who think like that. Somebody owns shares in Disney, okay? I did not own shares. I owned options. But our only risk was those options that I tell people to get in control. And there would be no way that stock would have dropped based on what Eric said. So what I'm getting at is, people, the worst outcome would have been, like I said, let's say you had a 50-60% loss. Big deal. But because of fear of loss, you miss those massive gains. And that is the lesson that I'm bringing in this live stream. Fear of loss, without skill, by the way, because people are fearful of loss because they're fearful, they're going nuts, going crazy. I instill confidence, make solid plans. I do it over and over and over again. Let this Disney plan, way I could tell you, Eric, as a good piece of advice, let this Disney, what happened with Disney, be a massive lesson to you. That's all you gotta look at it. As long as you can learn from your, if you do not learn from your mistakes, then the future will be very bleak for anybody. The same with myself. If I did not learn from my mistakes, I wouldn't be here preaching to you guys, talking to you guys. I wouldn't be doing nothing right now. I wouldn't be in the market. I'd be finished. I'd be finished a long time ago if I didn't have these powerful skills that I have behind me that make me see stuff, that make me plan stuff like this. Nobody out there planned Disney like me. Nobody. Because nobody out there has these skills. And I'm that good with this stuff. I read, my system is that powerful, people. I have a very powerful weapon. Very powerful weapon. So, anybody in my group, you're lucky. You're smart, you're lucky. A lot of people aren't smart. Listen, people, doesn't matter how good a person is. It doesn't matter how good you are. People are still stupid and will still screw things up. Either their health is out of whack, or they decide to let fear get in control of them, whatever it is. Trust me, I've dealt with a lot of people. It's the same old people. If I tell you you're doing something wrong, trust me, I know what I'm talking about, okay? I'm an extreme expert, extreme leader. I kill you, people. All right, now, 10:04. And I think that's it for tonight's live stream. I think this is listen, you know what? This live stream, just powerful. I did so much information. The SPY broke it down. I got so much documented proof. Anybody was to doubt me, fork over the dollars, they'd be broke. How I took a trade. I remember how I just love how I decimate people. And I continue to decimate. Listen, everybody who does good in my group, I prop them up. People who listen, do the right things, I prop them up. Why? Because you're helping other people and you're doing the right things. A lot of people don't do the right things, people. Don't think that everybody who sent gifts have the right mindset as well. No. Believe me, anybody send me gifts, they have some brains in their head. They're not the average person. The people who are dumb don't send the gifts. They're going to be nobody in life. Anybody that succeed in my group, you're going to be broke. Guaranteed. You won't make it in the market out there. The market's full of bad people out there. They're bad advice, bad people. They don't care. They only care about making money for the subscription. My group's for free. The only reason why I make money is because I make money for people. Let me repeat that again. The only reason why I make money right now is because I make money for people and they have to send me a gift that I cannot take from them. They have to give it to me. So, I am not building baloney. I'm building truth. The point is, I've proven it. That's very hard to build truth because people don't want the truth. They want to be They want the lies. They want the, oh, it's sunshine, we're making money. No group is. I said I'm going to make people money and they'll send me gifts. That's it. I'm more happy that way than charging people. Don't want to charge people. Because I'm too expensive. I would have to charge something that'd be crazy. That'd be too expensive that most people. I mean, I could go manage people, do everything for them, whatever, and make money that way, right? So, which I've done. I manage people, right? So I wanted to manage something larger, something better, and help people with a small account do well and grow. So a guy with a $5,000 account takes it to 10 and grows and be able to send bigger gifts. Nobody's done that in the history of the market, right? And I know I can do it. I can lead people if they're gonna study my videos, right? If they follow my advice, you can't lose. It's a no-brainer. Unlike this Carl Icahn, I've delivered it. I've proven it, people, right? And I know a lot of people on my group know I've proven it, hands down. So people, anyone new, let me show you what to do. By the way, give me a second here, people. See this pinned tweet? See this pinned tweet? You simply follow the instructions, right? And it's for your own good, right? If you do the right things, I'm glad to take you in the group, right? You don't have you make money. You send gifts if you want to. If you don't want to, that means you don't want to be in the group, right? If you don't make money, do you send me a gift? Of course not. And I'm a very fair person, by the way. Do not worry. In fact, anything that I ask of anybody, it's actually it is 100% correct. Okay, and because I know what I'm doing for people, they don't even know exactly how much I'm doing for them. People don't really know exactly how much I'm doing. They really don't. So I'm here to grow the group, and I'm telling the best advice. Like, who does this? Like, everything I do, right? It's like, and I have such great, like seeing people like Ash succeed. It's and having a person of that magnitude, what she did, it's worth a lot more than, it's worth a lot of money to me. More than what I received, it's worth a lot more. It means a lot to me. And her story, wow, man. That's another sign for me. So I'm going to keep doing the right things in life, right? I'm going to do what's right. And the people who want to listen will follow along, right? Because I'm here to help. Listen to me. It's performance based. If you're not succeeding, I know it because I won't be making money either. But do you think I'm worried about that? Do I look worried about not making money? I've been bullish the market since 2016, making winning plans. Listen, I've been correct the big picture since February 11, 2016. While there's been so many people guessing and assuming and hemming and hawing, I put them all to rest. Anyways, people, is there any other thing? I think this is too light. And it was also, Dave, it doesn't matter what Disney did. It was in the charts, Disney. I identified it in the charts. I know I didn't, it wasn't a fundamental. I even said in my live stream, I'm not a fundamental guy because I don't need fundamentals. I have something more powerful than fundamentals. I look at fundamentals, the basic stuff, you know, how the company's doing and everything, but it doesn't, it will not, it's not as powerful if you, is reading what the market is saying about something. That's all I can tell you. Trust me, from my experience, I do the best by understanding what the market is saying. And I've proven this over and over and over again. All right then? So then, good night. Good night, Blaine. Good night, everyone. It was a very powerful live stream. Make sure to study everything that I said. Listen to this live stream, right? Listen to all my live streams, right? And you're gonna see like what I say happens. You're gonna see my private live stream, me talking about Disney, what happened. Listen, people, I'm the big picture leader. Nobody's gonna be at my level. I'm that confident, right? In other words, no one can help people as much as I can help people. That's another point. Because when you have these kind of skills behind you, you put these odds in front of you. Have a good night, people. Think about what I just said there. Think about it very carefully.